Unique story. I am a liver transplant recipient for 18 years, and they added pickleball as an event to the transplant games. A friend of mine who I was playing tennis with at the transplant games lives in Florida and was telling me about this game called pickleball. I said, "What in the world is that?" And she said, "When I come back to New Jersey, I'll teach you how to play." And so I started to play and fell quickly in love with the game.
I love the strategy of it right from the start. The fact that, again, I was getting beat by guys that I was killing in tennis. It was just, I don't know, something about it right then and there. I'm like, Michele and I are ambassadors for USA Pickleball, and we serve different roles in that capacity. But I was leading a statewide meeting for all the ambassadors in New Jersey. I think it was the first one we did. You know, to me, a league at some point is coming in, and Michele and actually Tracy Holmes had reached out after that meeting and said, "We love the league idea. Let's do it." We launched in the fall of 2022. We had 66 teams. We thought it was pretty phenomenal. We were kind of all over the state. And we were already talking about what we were going to do in the spring. Spring came along. We went up to 106 teams. We had more players. And it was unreal. So kind of a seed was planted, and then we just kept watering it. And now it grows to this spring or this fall where we have probably almost 120 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole sandbagging concept, excuse me, in tournaments is pretty frustrating, and we found DUPR would give everybody the opportunity to kind of figure out where they fall in the bucket. We require everybody in our league to have a DUPR profile, to build that profile and come in at where they're supposed to play. So you can play in a particular division, a 2-5 division, but your DUPR rating better be below 3.0. And you can play in a 3.0 and all the way up. And so DUPR's been a key partner for us to make this process simple. Last season, we were creating a file every week with everybody's profile and uploading it to DUPR. And it was a terrific opportunity to get players to see the impact of their matches.
And hearing from other preferred event directors with the DUPR program, we understand that they're trying to continually tweak the algorithm to make it work as best as possible, given player feedback. And so with that, we kind of advise the players to just, it's what you were, it's not what you are. So, you know, I think for us more than anything, it's trying to educate them on how their rating is actually being applied. And we get questions even when we run minor league pickleball events. Hey, when are the scores going in? I want to see if my rating changed. So players are definitely keyed in onto what their DUPR is.
We're seeing the competitiveness of our minor league events really coming up. I mean, how many Dream Breakers did we just have, Steve?
We had 15 at the prior one, and I think 12 at the most recent one.
So those DUPR ratings are really showing up there, and many of those players are our league players. So it's definitely been a great thing.
And so the nice thing with DUPR is that it has data from everywhere. So the nice part about DUPR is that it encapsulates more than just competitive tournament play. Now, it still doesn't capture everything. There's not a rating system out there that captures everything. But in terms of the data that's available, it has more. It has access to more based on our player population.
League player is enjoying sort of the more traditional play, not rally scoring, regular scoring, and playing, matches to 11, best out of 3, because it's what they're accustomed to. But then when you go to minor league, it bumps it up in the excitement level. It just adds a whole nother special element to it where you're playing like the major league does.
We are open to meet with anybody who's interested. We've met with a few other different leagues around the country to see about synergies, best practices, and so far people are still willing to share, and we're willing to share. So